Hello everyone. I haven't made a video in a while, so I thought I would just do like a little sit down talk update sort of style video. I do want to sort of try and turn this into almost like a series, almost, so I can stay a little bit more consistent. Just sitting down talking about game development stuff, what I'm doing with my games and stuff like that, and also talk about what's going on in the industry as well. Almost like a podcast, but a little bit different. My opinions on what's going on and sort of update on some of the work I'm doing. But yeah, recently I managed to secure my first sort of job straight out of uni. I'm now doing freelance work, so basically contract style work, working on other people's games for them. I didn't think I'd end up in this sort of position so early on, to be honest with you. I've been looking for jobs for quite a while, and the industry at the moment is very difficult to even land any sort of job. I know a lot of people that I know are struggling to even land any entry-level jobs. I couldn't find any anywhere pretty much, and anything I did apply for, it was too far away. I got a few interviews, but all of them sort of fell through purely because of travel, money, and yeah, I don't think there's many reliable jobs out there at the moment. There's a lot of layoffs as well. There's a lot of jobs going, people losing their jobs. But yeah, it's just super difficult to land any sort of job. So I got quite lucky, to be honest with you. Yeah, it's very lucky. I think it was posted on LinkedIn, and I applied for it. It said it was looking for a freelance game developer, and he said he just likes my portfolio, which I was very very proud of. It was very nice to get chosen for something like that. So yeah, that felt really good, and I'm really enjoying the job at the moment. It's a 6-month contract, so it's not like full-time. So I'm thinking of just going completely solo and just going indie game developer and just making my own sort of stuff. Because I want to start my own studio up as well. I've got all these goals that I want to reach. But I think starting off, I'm just gonna sort of, after the 6 months is up, go solo, release that mobile game that I didn't finish. I finished it and I was gonna release it, but then I sort of had to stop at the testing phase because I didn't have the time to release it and stuff like that. So it's sort of just sitting there ready to be released and ready to get fixed and published. But yeah, I really want to focus on that game and release it with the new skills that I gained from this job, because I'm going to go through the process of releasing a game within these 6 months anyway. It's not going to be like a massive game because it needs to be released at a certain time, purely based on the budget. So when you're doing contract work, a lot of people will have just a set budget that they have, that you got to try and make a game in that set period of time or complete the job that you've been given for that set period. But it's quite a big role. I know I'm waffling a bit here now, but the role that I've been given is like the main programmer, the main developer of the game. So I'm doing like all the different areas of game development, audio, programming, level design, all of this sort of stuff. It's a pretty big job, and for the 6 months, it's it's a lot of work. Again, that's taken up like the majority of my time. So YouTube and my own solo projects and like stuff like that, they have to take the back burner because I'm getting paid to do the thing. So I'm getting paid to do this game and not work on my own. So it was super important for me to sort of just give it my full attention, and really focus on it, get it done, and then I can work on my own stuff afterwards. But yeah, I think it's if you're looking for work, I think it's definitely important for you to consider maybe going solo. I think there's a lot of ways to make money going solo. I've definitely looked into it, and I've prepared. I've got my website nearly set up now, so I could potentially even do more contract work on the side, and then go solo also, and split my time up a little bit. So I can have that flow of income from the contract work if I get any more jobs, and I can also work on my own indie games as well. And I know there's like lots of Kickstarter campaigns that you can do and stuff like that. If you look into it, there's plenty of videos. There's a guy called Thomas Brush. He talks about it all the time, and I've watched a lot of his videos. He's a very good YouTuber if you're looking for someone who's got a lot of knowledge on indie games and stuff like that. It's definitely a valid career path, and to be honest with you, it's probably not as risky as you think it is, to be honest. I know I haven't tried it as of yet, but to be fair, it doesn't sound even close to just even trying to land an entry-level job, because it might fall through, you might get made redundant. All these companies are just not very reliable at the moment. So if anything, if you're young and you haven't got a lot of responsibilities as of yet, why not take the risk now? Why not take that risk to try and go solo? I think a lot of people should just do it, and just take that risk, take that leap, and just go for it, because what's there to lose? It's I think over time, think about how much freedom you'll have, and it's worth the risk, you know what I mean? But anyway, that was a bit of a waffle, but I think this is what this video is about. I just wanted to have a little rant and a little chat about what's going on, and yeah, hopefully people can sort of relate. So I think it's especially the industry at the moment, it's very it's quite daunting, and I've been going through a bit of a rough time mentally as well. It's all very overwhelming. It's very difficult to sort of stay on track and like do all these things that you want to do, because it's like, I want to make YouTube videos, I want to build a company, I want to do freelance work, I want to build my own games, but realistically your brain just can't handle all of that, and with social media nowadays, it's there's so much pressure on young people and so much pressure on everyone to sort of like hustle and get all this work done and become very successful and all of this sort of stuff. But what I think I've learned to do now is just, what do I value the most? What do I value? What do I want to do? What will make me happy? What will make me enough money to help my family in the future? I'm not trying to work like a madman and destroy my mental health over something that isn't necessarily needed. I would love to do YouTube full time, and I would love to do all these things full time, but you've got to sort of try and get your priorities straight in your head in order to save that bit of mental room, a little bit of breathing room to sort of study, learn, and just enjoy game development, and not get consumed by it all and have all this like dread and pressure and over feeling very overwhelmed. It's I think social media is just crazy at the moment, and I try my hardest to sort of shut it off as much as I can, because it's just like, yeah, it's so daunting. So yeah, I'd like to hear what other people have to say about it. It's quite a topic that a lot of people don't really. It's quite a new thing for people. I know social media's been around for a while, but I think we're sort of slowly starting to feel the effects of it now. It's like it's been a normal thing for us for so long, and I feel like I went through a period of time, like especially just early on uni, where I was producing loads of videos. After every project that I did, I was really like hustling, like getting all these videos out, blah, 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 like really like non-stop work, obsessiveness, like, and I think over time, obsessing over every little detail and all of these things is really took a toll on mental health, and I think it would do that to anybody, really. I think the word for it is just burnout, you know what I mean? I think that's what I sort of experienced, and I think my goal going forward now with my YouTube channel and the games that I make and the business that I want to build, I want to take my time, and I want to enjoy things a little bit more, instead of feeling that external pressure from I don't know what, to be honest with you. Like, everyone in my family's proud of me for what I've done already. I'm proud of myself for what I've done already, but there's still that pressure, and I don't know where it exactly comes from, but it's still there, and it's really hard to explain. It's like, I've got to be fast, I've got to keep up with everything going on, so I think the goal for me going forward now and future plans for the channel is these sort of style videos where I just come on and I rant, and we can have a chat about games and talk about what's going on in the industry, talk about some updates on my game, what I'm currently working on at that time, because I want to study, I want to become a good game designer, I want to be able to make good games, and at the moment my programming skills are sort of going downhill, which leads me on to my next sort of topic that I want to talk about, which was AI. I think with making solo games as well now, AI has helped me sort of massively on the programming side of things, and it speeds up all that sort of stuff. But with contract work, it's like this weird medium where it's like I don't really get to say much about what's happening with the actual game design, because that's my almost boss's game idea. It's his thing that he wants to make, so I've got to just produce what's going on behind the scenes, so I wouldn't say it's boring, but I enjoy the game design side of things more than I do programming, if I'm being completely honest. I enjoy programming, and I enjoy problem solving. It's a good side of game development. but having that game design element is also really fun and interesting. That's the bit I enjoy the most, and that's why I like making my own solo games, because I get to do the artwork as well. I haven't done any artwork in God knows how long, you know, so I used to love drawing on my iPad and making all these characters, but I haven't even had a chance to do that recently. So yeah, I think after the 6 months is up, I'm going to really try and work on what I value the most, and I think that's very important for anyone in life, is focus on what you value, not about what, you know, all these worries that you have in your head about what you think you should be doing and what other people think you should be doing. You know, it's not a race. You just got to do what you enjoy and what you value, you know. But yeah, anyway, AI, sorry. I think with AI, I think at the moment where it's at is like, it's very scary, you know. It's very, very scary. It's getting a little bit too good. I've been using this thing called GitHub Copilot, and I like this new chatbot called Claude as well. It's really good, to be fair. And basically with GitHub Copilot, it has access to your whole project, so you can literally attach scripts to it and debug your code. So if I start writing out some scripts, right, it will literally like suggest what would come next, and majority of the time it sort of predicts what I'm already going to write. So if I had a function in mind that I wanted to write and I wanted to link it to another script, for example, it would automatically make the singleton, and it would make the function, and it would do all these things for you straight away. And it's like, do I even have a job anymore? Like, what is going on? You know, I like to do my own scripts. You know, I like to write them out. I like to plan the scripts out in my head, and I like to link all the scripts together properly. But the AI is that good; it just sort of already predicts what I'm gonna do, and it's just very scary, you know. It's like, if it's developed that fast in like 5 years, imagine what it's going to be like, you know, in another 5, maybe even another 2, because it's developing so goddamn quick. You know, especially with the generative images AI as well, and the video AI. I think that side of things is just getting way out of hand now. I think it's just proper, yeah, it's just crazy. It's very, very scary. I don't know what else to say about it other than it's just really scary. It's just like, I feel like we're gonna lose the ability to sort of almost not think for ourselves, but like, I just think it's super important that we still, you know, take the time to sort of think and study and try and understand what it's doing as well, because otherwise we're just going to be, you know, numbing our brains the longer we go with AI. I think maybe taking the time, even if you separate now from, like, I think what I'm going to try and do is that I can't not use AI purely because of the speed of it. Like, now I know that it can do it what I want to do, like almost 10 times, even 20 times quicker than what I can type it out and do. It saves me so much time, especially for like contract work where I've got to do something in a short period of time. It saves me so much time. But I think doing external tasks that still get your mind going, like reading, studying about game design, game programming, still studying about what this code is doing, is super important, so you can understand your project a little bit more. It's important to sort of accept it, because it is going to be our reality, you know what I mean? Like, AI is going to only get better, and the only way it would not get better or not be used as much if governments sort of step in and put restrictions on it and stop people from using it. But I doubt that will happen, because it's just like, you can't stop, what's the word? It's just developing. It's just natural, you know. It's like a natural process that these things will just only get better, and humans will only try and make it better, you know. So yeah, it's just about if we accept it or not. I don't think I should be scared of it, because you shouldn't be scared of the future anyway. Like, what's the point? You can't control it, so it is going to be what it is, you know. So hopefully it doesn't get too out of hand. We can only hope, you know. So yeah, I'm still going to use it. I think it's a good thing, you know. It speeds up processes, it gets things done quicker, and especially if you're just careful with it and don't just completely let it take over and you're still managing it, I think it's a good thing to use. Right, so I think this video is a little bit long now, but I think final touches almost. I think yeah, I still think I'm still going to be doing YouTube. I think I've been for a bit of a rough time, as I've said, mentally, but I think this video marks the start of a new sort of fresh slate and a new start. I think I just want to take YouTube a little bit more casual and not stress about it so much, and just enjoy making videos. I enjoy just talking and getting out what's in my head, you know. I don't even know if this video is going to make any sort of sense. When it's just basically a brain dump almost. But yeah, update. I'm still plodding along, still getting on with making games. You know, looking forward to the future. There's a lot of exciting stuff going on. And yeah, hopefully I can get this game done. And I'm going to share some of the clips of it. I mean, I'll probably put some on this video as well throughout while I'm talking, so it's not just my face. So yeah, I'm working on this game. There's no artwork in it as of yet, as you've probably seen. Yeah, I'm working with an artist, so hopefully we can get some artwork into it. And I'll do some more updates on it, maybe some devlogs, maybe sharing the process of how I made it, and sort of promote the game a little bit, because I'm going to be promoting it nearer the release. Might be doing a Kickstarter campaign, so you'll hear more about that soon as well, which is exciting to share it. But it's not necessarily my game. I'm under contract, so I don't know if it'll be okay with me sharing it around, so gotta confirm with that first. You know, I don't want to share the name of it or anything like that. But yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, that's all going to plan. And then after that, just more casual sort of devlogs on my own mobile games, and sort of updates on that. I'll be releasing my own game probably maybe late next year, depending on if I get any more contract work, depending on the workload of it. But yeah, looking forward to releasing my own solo game, you know, and see how that goes, and then go through the process of that. And yeah, again, getting a job is just purely luck based, I think, with the industry at the moment. So yeah, anyway, I'm still waffling. So I'll see you in the next one of these, hopefully, if I continue to do them. I'm planning on, because I just want to keep YouTube casual and just upload as much as I can. And I think I can do this quite consistently, because it's not the hardest video in the world to make. I just sit down, waffle, and I can put some clips over it, and it's good fun. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.